Start your engines, Planeswalkers. The Multiverse's most exhilarating race has brought us a lineup of legendary commanders that are taking the EDH scene by storm. From artifact synergies to high-speed combat, these leaders are redefining the game. Buckle up as we count down the top 12 Aetherdrift commanders. Hey everyone, I'm the Hero, your guide to the ever-evolving world of Magic the Gathering. If you're passionate about Commander and eager to explore the latest legends, you're in the right place. Let's hit the track. Kicking off our list is Ovia, Automech Artisan, who is your go-to green engineer, giving all your attackers trample as long as they're targeting someone else, because politics and pressure make the best combos. Her tap ability cheats out creatures or vehicles directly from your hand, and if it's an artifact, she supercharges it with 2+1/+1 counters like a true workshop queen. She thrives in decks built around artifact creatures, vehicles, and big stompy threats, especially when you want to overwhelm opponents with buffed up machines and surprise drops. With Ovia on your side, every turn feels like a fresh delivery of turbocharged steel. She's not just building an army, she's custom tuning one. At number 11, Redshift, Rocketeer Chief is what happens when a goblin straps rockets to their deck and launches into the red zone with vigilance and an engine full of mana generating chaos. His tap ability converts power into mana of any color, perfect for fueling ridiculous activation costs, especially in decks with big flashy abilities or vehicles. But the real ride begins with Exhaust. Pay 10 red-green mana and suddenly boom, you slam down your whole hand of permanents onto the battlefield like it's Goblin Christmas. Redshift isn't here for subtlety. He's here to ramp, rev, and wreck the table in one explosive game-ending turn. Buckle up. At number 10, VNW's verbose host is the quirky blue brains of the race, revving up your speed engine until you're drawing double cards and leaving your opponents in a data-fueled dust cloud. With no maximum hand size and a scaling speed mechanic, the longer VNWX Plus stays on the track, the more ridiculous your card draw becomes, because max speed equals double draw. Pair this homunculus with wheels, looting effects, or mass draw spells and suddenly you're outpacing everyone in both cards and pure velocity. It starts slow, but once this host hits max speed, you're drawing 2 cards a turn for every one you normally would, and in blue, that's a very dangerous game to play. At number 9, Mimeoplasm. Revered One is the ooze of 1,000 faces, shape-shifting into your graveyard's greatest hits, while oozing with +1/+1 counters for each victim it absorbs. It doesn't just become a copy of your best dead creature, it does it while stacking up on counters, meaning it's often bigger, slimier, and way more terrifying than the original. With the activated ability to recopy any exiled creature it gobbled up earlier, Mimeoplasm lets you change forms mid-game like an eldritch Swiss Army knife. Pack your deck with juicy ETB, Death Trigger, or massive stat creatures, and let this creepy clone slurp its way to victory, because in Mimeoplasm's world, identity theft is the win condition. At number 8, Sab Sunen, Luxa Embodied, is a towering frog god that makes you earn its divine wrath, only fighting when its +1/+1 counters are in perfect, even harmony. With reach, trample, and indestructible once it's active, Sab Sunen becomes a nearly unstoppable force that squashes flyers, walls, and hope alike. It passively grows and draws you cards on odd-numbered counters, creating a rhythm where you'll either get overwhelming combat power or delicious card advantage, your choice. Pair it with proliferate counter manipulation or bounce tricks to control its tempo and unleash the godlike beatdown exactly when your opponents least expect it. At number 7, Kolodin Triumph Caster is the ultimate red-white pit crew captain, instantly revving up every mount and vehicle with haste and throwing them straight into action. With automatic saddling and crewing the moment they hit the battlefield, your creatures don't just show up, they launch into combat like it's race day. This commander turns your deck into a turbocharged rally, where every turn feels like a perfectly timed high-speed ambush of mechs and beasts. Whether you're piloting hoverbikes or galloping into battle on robotic rhinos, Kolodin ensures your squad is fast, furious, and ready to ride. At number 6, Samut, the driving force is a speed-obsessed warrior who brings the full nitro boost to your board, pumping up your team's power when slashing spell costs as your speed climbs. With first strike, vigilance, and haste, she's always ready to punch first, stay untapped, and lead the charge, turn after turn. Her Start Your Engines ability rewards aggression. Every time an opponent loses life, your speed increases, making your team hit harder and letting you cast spells for cheaper. Whether you're swarming with creatures or casting big non-creature haymakers, Samut's got her foot on the gas and she's not letting up. Maximum speed, maximum chaos. Before we count down to the top 5, this video is powered by Dubby. Dubby Energy is the maker of a clean gamer energy drink. Top enhanced focus, concentration, and reaction time with no jitters, crash, or bad ingredients. Head over to dubby.gg and use the code THEHEROES to get that 10% discount. At number 5, Gaunty Night Minister is back and shadier than ever, this time turning combat into corporate espionage by letting anyone steal spells right off the top of opponents' libraries. Every time a creature hits one of your foes, its controller gets to swipe a mystery card and stash it for later, turning your deck into a smorgasbord of stolen spells, and if anyone dares cast a spell they don't own, Gaunty hands them a treasure token like a sly businessman saying, "Thanks for the trade, dear customer." Whether you're playing group hug theft or just fueling your own villain arc, Gaunty makes every combat step a heist and every spell a shady deal. At number 4, Loot. The Pathfinder may look adorable, but this turbocharged beast is packing haste, double strike, and 3 wild exhaust abilities that let you ramp, draw, and blast. Your choice. Tap him for green and you get 3 mana, tap for blue and you draw 3 cards, or tap for red and he turns into a pint-sized flamethrower. Now that's versatility. Vigilance means he stays ready, and double strike makes him a serious combat threat. This explorer doesn't just go fast, he goes everywhere at once. With Loot leading your deck, you'll be racing ahead in mana, cards, and damage, because who says the path to victory can't be cute and chaotic? At number 3, Ketramos. The New Dawn is a brooding exile-fueled god that won't lift a finger until you've banished enough to impress him. 7 or more to be exact. Once active, he becomes a menace-laced, life-linking, indestructible powerhouse who drains life and draws cards as you exile stuff left and right. With effects like Banishment, Swords to Plowshares, or Graveyard Hate like Relic of Progenitus, Ketramos turns your exiling game plan into a steady flow of value. He's a divine force that whispers, "Let go of the past, or I won't punch anyone," and then proceeds to draw you cards while draining your enemies in true Orzhov fashion. At number 2, Captain Howler. Sea Scourge is a terrifying shark pirate who rewards you for tossing cards overboard by buffing your crew and looting you more treasure via combat. Discarding isn't a downside here, it's a feeding frenzy, turning every looted card into +2/0 buffs and drawing cards if those creatures hit face. With Ward 2 and a 5/4 body, Howler's hard to remove and hits like a cannonball when paired with Madness, Rummage, or Wheel effects like Faithless Looting or Frantic Search. Whether you're swarming the deck with pirates or just chomping with a buffed up threat, Captain Howler proves that the only thing scarier than sharks is sharks that draw cards. Finally, at number 1, Mendicant Core. Guidelight is a sleek robot commander that scales with your artifact count and kicks into overdrive once it hits max speed, letting you copy your artifact spells for just 1 mana. With power equal to your artifacts and an engine that ramps up every time opponents take damage, this bot turns early chip damage into late game cloning chaos. Max out your speed, drop a Solemn Simulacrum or Ichor Wellspring, and suddenly you're getting double value for half the price. It's like driving a Tesla that prints tokens. In the right artifact shell, Mendicant Core doesn't just light the way, it floods the board with machines and value so fast your opponents will need a reboot. And there you have it, our countdown of the top 12 Aetherdrift commanders shaking up the commander scene. Whether you're into vehicles, artifacts, or just love going full throttle with new tech, Aetherdrift has something wild for you to brew with. Which commander are you building around? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear your spicy combos and wild plays. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another ranking, deck tech, or brewing session.